Daddy counted the rows before he called the planting done. Said you need to know your field before the run of growing starts and the late left comes around. Said a farmer counts what he has found. Every spring the same walk and the same count clear. Said the rows tell me how we're going this year. Corn row count, make rocks so walking heel to toe. Tally in the field before the corn can grow. Corn row count and make rocks so every row a plant. Best field accounting from the farming man. 40 rows means a certain kind of yield. Said I can plant a whole winter from this field. Count the rows and count the stand within. Said the planting is the place where profit's been. Said a man who knows his numbers, knows his ground. Best farm management this county found. Corn row counting 8 crops, so walking heel to toe. Tally in the field before the corn can grow. Corn row counting 8 crops, so every row a plant. Best field accounting from the farming man. Said no computer and no satellite above could ever count the way the counting does. When you walk it with your own 2 feet below, you know the field the way the field will know. Corn row counting 8 crops, so walking heel to toe. Tally in the field before the corn can grow. Corn row counting 8 crops, so every row a plant. Best field accounting from the farming man. Nothing going on and nowhere to be at all. Best afternoon achievements of the fall. Grandpa on the porch with his hands in his lap said sometimes the doing is a kind of trapping. Said the porch is where the thinking gets its room. There's thinking space between the barn and bloom. Porch sitting philosophy, it revives meets nothing and the chair. Best productive afternoon is sitting there. Porch sitting philosophy, it revives Miss Field and a road. Best way to carry any thinking load. He'd watch the hawk above the lower hayfield lawn. Said you learn from watching if you're not gone. Too fast past the things that take their time. Said the porch is where I've written every rhyme of my life out loud without a single pen. Said the best philosophy is knowing when. Porch sitting philosophy, it revives meets nothing and the chair. Best productive afternoon is sitting there. Porch sitting philosophy, it revives Miss Field and a road. Best way to carry any thinking load. City people call it wasted time and slow. Said they don't know what the porch and the view can show. The unoccupied mind finds what the busy miss can't. Said Grandpa, there's more wisdom in this corn. Porch sitting philosophy, it revives meets nothing and the chair. Best productive afternoon is sitting there. Porch sitting philosophy, it revives Miss Field and the road. Best way to carry any thinking load. long arm of the well sweep across the morning yard, shadow swinging on the ground both near and far. Said the counterweighting pole, make the longest shadow clear, best sundial that the farmstead has here. Grandpa said you could tell the hour by the sweep, said the shadow hits the barn wall in a certain keep. Well sweep shadow right arm across the sky, best time telling in the county going by. Well sweep shadow rocks counterweight below, morning reading from the long arm show. West shadow in the morning, long and pointed clear. By noon the shadow shortened to the near. Said the well sweep marked the morning and the noon, the afternoon when the shadow grows like the moon. He never wore a watch the whole of his long life. Now said the sweeping sun where all the topics rife. Well sweep shadow right arm across the sky, best time telling in the county going by. Well sweep shadow rocks counterweight below, morning reading from the long arm show. Said the first clock was the shadow on the ground before the gears and springs were ever found. The sweep and the sun and the farmyard floor kept the whole day's schedule at the door. Well sweep shadow right arm across the sky, best time telling in the county going by. Well sweep shadow rocks counterweight below, morning reading from the long arm show. Ridge where the groundhogs make their towns, best warm work watching in the county grounds. Burrows in the meadow on the sunny slope, said the Groundhog Ridge gives the county hope. Every morning they come up to survey their land, best wildlife neighborhood in any county hand. Groundhog Ridge, upper bustin' 8 squirrels in a row, best summer watching that the county knows. Groundhog Ridge, upper bust, limestone and the sun, Groundhog Town is never really done. Old and points to clothe, fat one on the biggest track would stand. Said he's the lookout for the whole band, whistle sharp and every head goes down below. Said that whistle pig is running the show. Daddy said they undermined the fence 1 year, said they're the best engineers out here. Groundhog Ridge, ugger bustin' 8 squirrels in a row, best summer watching that the county knows. Groundhog Ridge, ugger limestone, stone and the sun, Groundhog Town is never really done. Every creature with a place to call its home has something worth respecting its bone. The Groundhog Ridge community below is doing what they've always done and know. Groundhog Ridge, ugger bustin' 8 squirrels in a row, best summer watching that the county knows. Groundhog Ridge, ugger limestone, stone and the sun, Groundhog Town is never really done. Soda fountain on the Saturday noon, best cold treat under the summer moon. Root beer poured over the ice cream scoop just right, said the float rises like a Saturday delight. Daddy take us after the life scale was through, said a root beer float is the best reward for you. A root beer float Saturday on her ass fee soda fountain chair, best reward for any week of honest work and care. Root beer float Saturday, go above the cream, best midsummer afternoon in any county dream. The soda man knew our order every week the same, said 3 root beer floats and we always came. A 12 and always sat the counter stool, said the soda fountain is the county's cool. Me and brother racing to the bottom of the glass, said the straw makes the last bit go too fast. Root beer float Saturday on her ass fee soda fountain chair, best reward for any week of honest work and care. Root beer float Saturday, a Thor above the cream, best midsummer afternoon in any county dream. The fountain closed when I was barely 10. Never found another root beer float since then that tasted quite like those Saturday ones. Between the livestock auction and the afternoon runs, root beer float Saturday on her ass fee soda fountain chair, Best reward for any week of honest work and care. Root beer float Saturday, a blow above the cream. Best midsummer afternoon in any county dream. Lighted corn crib window in the early light. Best ventilation built by hand and right. Said the ears need air to dry throughout the fall. Too much moisture and the whole crib falls. Grandpa spaced the slats to let the wind pull through. Said the corn crib window is a building clue. Corn crib window with these evil slats to let it breathe. Best dry system underneath the even. Corn crib window receive air between the year. Best harvest preservation of the year. Morning light would stripe the corn inside at dawn. Best light show on the farm before it's gone. Horizontal gold across the golden year. Said the Concord sunrise only happens here. Climb up and press my face against the slab. Said show me a better morning light than that. Corn crib window with these evil slats to let it breathe. Best dry system underneath the even. Corn crib window receive air between the year. Best harvest preservation of the year. Built for purpose has a beauty in. The corn crib window isn't decorative kin. Its function at its finest and its best, and the light it makes is just a gift in jest. Corn crib window are these evil slats to let it breathe. Best dry system underneath the even. Corn crib window receive air between the year. Corn crib window are these evil slats to let it breathe. Best dry system underneath the even. Corn crib window receive air between the year. County seat Saturday was a town event. Every farmer man with his family and his band toward the courthouse square and the hardware store. Best social gathering in the county's law. Daddy'd stop and talk to every man he knew. Said Saturday in town is the county's who's who. County seat Saturday in our K Square full. Best social gathering and the county poll. County seat Saturday, our body there. Best weekly meeting in the county square. Mama at the dry goods store and a 5 and dime. Daddy at the hardware going on his time. Us kids with a dime for the soda counter treat. Best county seat Saturday we'd ever meet. Said see you next Saturday when the handshake's done. Best small and noggin tradition under the county sun. County seat Saturday in that K Square full. Best social gathering and the county poll. County seat Saturday, a body there. Best weekly meeting in the county square. The courthouse anchored everything in place. Said the Saturday gathering held the county's face to what it was and who was making do. Said county seat Saturday is what we knew. County seat Saturday and night by case turf full mess social gathering and the county pool. County seat Saturday live by body their best weekly meeting in the county square. Wrinkle tops Chimney smoke, February light and gray. Said the neighbors up the hollow start their day. Different from the winter smoke that's thick and white. Said the spring smoke is a lighter kind of ride. And Grandpa read the smoke from every chimney clear. Said I can tell the season by the smoke out here. Smoke sing the spring week, eaves gray above the tree. Lighter than the winter smoke and free. Smoke signal spring repeats, chimney reading done. First sign of February's warming sun. And Frappelins to get to see the winter smoke is wide and heavy in the cold. So the spring smoke is a different story told. Thinner red, it rises straighter up above. Said the air is changing and I know it, love. February thaw makes the smoke go high. Said the spring is in the smoke against the sky. Smoke signal spring reed deeps gray above the tree. Lighter than the winter smoke and free. Smoke signal spring reed deeps, chimney reading done. First sign of February's warming sun. Said the old man read the smoke the way we read the news. Said every chimney has its color and its clues. Out the weather coming from the western ridge. Said the smoke is the first newspaper of the bridge. Smoke signal spring reed deeps gray above the tree. Lighter than the winter smoke and free. Smoke signal spring reed deeps, chimney reading done. First sign of February's warming sun. Hollow black gum log stood up on the wooden base. Best old rider beehive in the county's grace. Great Ted's mother cold kept them in a row of 6. Said the gun log hive is one of nature's tricks. Bees build natural comb inside the dark. Said the hollow log is the beekeeper's park. Bee gum log arrivals, hollow in the sun. Best old beekeeping since the craft begun. Bee gum log arrivals, natural comb below. Best way to keep the colony in flow. She'd smoke them in the fall to take the top comb out. Said leave the bottom third without a doubt. For the bees to winter through the cold. Said the bee gum keeper has to be bold enough to leave the bees their fair due. Said to fill it back by the spring anew. Bee gum log arrives hollow in the sun. Best old beekeeping since the craft begun. Bee gum log arrives, natural comb below. Best way to keep the colony in flow. The log itself was the bee tree on the hill, cut down gently and stood up with the will to keep the wild home for the colony. Said the bee gum is the beekeeper's philosophy. Bee gum log arrives hollow in the sun. Best old beekeeping since the craft begun. Bee gum log arrives, natural comb below. Best way to keep the colony in flow. Hey dear, in the Fodder Field at evening's light. Best twilight supper at the county club. Fodder Field Deer, Bristol Woodlawn in the 8. From Borderline one by one. Feeding in the stopple after the day is done. Daddy at the gate just watching them below. Said the farm belongs to them as much as so. Fodder Field Deer in the evening in the stub. Best wildlife supper at the county club. Fodder Field Deer, this a woodline in the 8. For rest reason to stand quietly at the gate. Rabuin stood left and up her head and looked at me straight. He said, hold your breath and don't move at the gate. It's 20 seconds of her amber almost looking clear. Said she decided I was harmless here. Put her head back down and kept on feeding in. Said that's the finest trust there's ever been. Fodder Field Deer in the evening in the stub. Best wildlife supper at the county club. Fodder Field Deer, just a woodline in the 8. For rest reason to stand quietly at the gate. Said we farm the land and something else lives here, alongside what we plant and what we rear. Said a farm that holds the wildlife holds the whole of what a piece of land is for its soul. Fodder Field Deer in the evening in the stub. Best wildlife supper at the county club. Fodder Field Deer, just a woodline in the 8. For rest reason to stand quietly at the gate. Sycamore fell across the creek and Grandpa sawed it right. Made a bench from the trunk in the evening light. Smoothed the top with the draw knife and a plane. Said every log that falls deserves a second name. Set it by the creek under the willows drape. Best outdoor furniture in any county shade. Hollow log seat alright, sycamore by the creek. Best outdoor base that any woodsman sees. Hollow log seat alright, sycamore drawn up in the plain. Best second life for any fallen grain. He'd sit there every evening after chores were through. Said the creek talks best when the day is through. The hollow log kept the shape of the trees. Old ring set sitting on it's like hearing the trees sing. 3 generations of the family sat below on Grandpa's sycamore seat and the creek slow. Hollow log seat alright, sycamore by the creek. Best outdoor bench that any woodsman seeks. Hollow log seat alright, sycamore drawn up in the plain. Best second life for any fallen grain. Said waste nothing that the land provides to you. Every fallen thing has something left to do. And the sycamore on the block, the creek that spring became the finest hidden on the thing. Hollow log seat alright, sycamore by the creek. Best outdoor bench that any woodsman seeks. Hollow log seat alright, sycamore by the creek. Best second life for any fallen grain. A lion the grease in the old kettle out of doors. Best soap making on the county floors. Said the wood brine ash lie in the lard. It's time, as all a family needs to get rid of brine. Grandma stirred with the wooden paddle on. Said the soap is ready when it sheets the strong. Iron kettle soap reruns of lye and the fat. Best cleaning product guard any county sack. Iron kettle soap, breathe outdoor fire below. Making what you need from the seeds you sow. The ash went in the leaching barrel lined with straw. Said the lye drips out according to the law of chemistry that Grandma understood without a single college, and she could make the finest soap from what the farm provides. There's self-tan play efficiency on these countryside. Iron kettle soap reruns of lye and the fat. Best clean and powder guard any county sack. Iron kettle soap, breathe outdoor fire below. Making what you need from the seeds you sow. said the store soap is convenient and it's fine, but the soap you made yourself is on the line of knowing where it came from. Root to bar said made crust itself is knowing what you are. Iron kettle soap reruns out lie and the fat, best clinging product guard any county set. Iron kettle soap free outdoor fire below, making what you need from the seeds you sow. Maypop Vine running on the old fence in July. Best wild passion flower underneath the sky. Purple and the white and the fringe of glory. There said the Maypop is the county's wildest flare. Grandma said it's the passion flower of the south. Said put the right yellow fruit right in your mouth. Maypop is the county's wild flower. Maypop is the county's wild. Treatment poppers rather than frings. Maypop there makes the most sense. Wait. Maypop is the county's ripe fruit in the fall. Best wild passion growing on the wall. The pop is inside, so flare of the fruit is yellow when it's ripe and gets the press at the inside. It's like nothing you'd guess. Sweet and tropical in the August heat. Said the Maypop is the county's wild treat. Kids will squeeze them on the ground for the pop sound. Said that's where the Maypop name was found. Said put the ripe yellow fruit right in your mouth. Maypop is the county's wild town. Maypop is the county's wild. Treatment poppers rubbing and frings. Maypop there makes the most sense. Wait. Maypop is the county's ripe fruit in the fall. Best wild passion growing on the wall. The exotic grows right for free on the fence row of the county property. No greenhouse and no special soil below, just a Maypop doing its summer show. Said put the ripe yellow fruit right in your mouth. Maypop is the county's wild town. Maypop is the county's wild. Tree Maypoppers rubbing on frames. Maypop there makes the most sense. Wait. Maypop is the county's proper fruit in the fall. Best wild passion growing on the wall. All over the square fills up by the morning 10. Treble and the tenor and the bass begin. Set four-leaf summer harmony with the taking up a sonority in. I started at 9 in the morning with the shapes. Said the singing convention never escapes. Old time singing convention erupts all day long. Everybody gathered for the ancient song. Old time singing convention erupts and shape no clear. Best musical tradition of the year. Mobius the Messiah. Hollow square fills it by the morning 10. Treble and the tenor and the bass begin. Set for please harmony without a lead is the democracy that the county needs. Rotating leaders through the afternoon below. Said everybody leads and everybody goes. Old time singing convention erupts all day long. Everybody gather for the ancient song. Old time singing convention erupts and shape no clear. Best musical tradition of the year. The songs they sang were written old and plain. Said the four-ship taper system makes the music plain to anyone who learns the simple code. Said the best music is the people's road. Time singing convention erupts all day long. Everybody gather for the ancient song. Old time singing convention erupts and shape no clear. Best musical tradition of the year. True. After the tobacco came off the stick and dried, kids took the sticks and built their wigwam wide. Lean 'em all together at the pointed top. Said the back of stick construction doesn't stop. And 40 animal sticks tall that held 3 kids inside. Best recycle of the harvest countryside. Tobacco stick wigwam that drops kids inside the cone. Best post at the farthest playhouse any child has known. Tobacco stick wigwam at 40 sticks and tall. Best repurposed structure in the county's fall. Drops and slow carby stand strong. Said the whole wigwam had its own tobacco song. We dragged the old backwoods and lay them out below. Said this is better than the barn loft show. Spent 2 November afternoons inside. Best childhood architecture on the countryside. Tobacco stick wigwam that drops keys inside the cone. Best post at the farthest playhouse any child has known. Tobacco stick wigwam at 40 sticks and tall. Best repurposed structure in the county's fall. The farmer's child learns early about the reuse. Said every piece the farm has got its use. The tobacco stick that hung the leaf to cure becomes the child's castle that's secure. Tobacco stick wigwam that drops keys inside the cone. Hey, hey, hey. Best post up the farthest playhouse any child has known. Tobacco stick wigwam at 40 sticks and tall. Hey, hey. Best repurposed structure in the county's fall. Apple stack cake, wreath eyes, molasses, and the ring. Every neighbor bringing what the season brings. Dried apples filling between the molasses thin. Best wedding cake this Appalachian hollow's been. Neighbors each brought one thin layer to the bride. Said the tallest stack means the most love inside. Grandma's layer always went in the middle spot. She said the heart belongs right in the heart of the lot. She tried apple stack cake, wreath eyes, molasses, and the ring. Hey, every neighbor bringing what the season brings. Smoke and stuff the untroken. Dried the apple rings in August on the rack. Said they'd be the stack cake filling coming back. Ooh. In October at the wedding and the spread, that's still trying to kick cooperation and the bread. Our community laid up in cookie sheets. Said the tallest stack is something that completes. Tried apple stack cake, wreath eyes, molasses, and the ring. Hey, hey. Every neighbor bringing what the season brings. The molasses to be untroken. Dried apple stack cake, wreath eyes, molasses, and the ring. Hey, hey. Every neighbor bringing what the season brings. You can't buy this cake in any bakery around. It only rises when the neighbors all are found. Each contributing their piece to the whole. That's the stack cake and the county soul. Dried apple stack cake, wreath eyes, molasses, and the ring. Hey, hey. Every neighbor bringing what the season brings. Dried apple stack cake, wreath eyes, molasses, and the ring. Hey, hey. Every neighbor bringing what the season brings. Stand up beneath the Fodder stack that fall. Best real estate decision of them all. Said she found a gap between the bottom shocks and raised her kits inside without a box. Daddy found a den when he moved the stack in spring. Said leave it be until the take wing. Fodder Stack Fox Den, a booth kits below the corn. Best neighbor in the stack since they were born. Fodder Stack Fox Den, a roof gap beneath the shock. Nature find a shelter in the harvest block. We watched from 50 yards in the evening light. 3 red kids tumbling in the setting right. Mama watching from the stack top overhead, said the best fox show the county ever had. Left the barn shocks until the kids were grown, said the Fodder Stack was their home alone. Fodder Stack Fox Den, her roof kids below the corn, best neighbor in the stack since they were born. Fodder Stack Fox Den, her roof gap beneath the shock, nature finding shelter in the harvest block. Said the farm is more than what we plant and reap, it's the whole community of those who keep their homes inside and around what we've made. Said the fox den, the fodder is not afraid. Fodder Stack Fox Den, her roof kids below the corn, best neighbor in the stack since they were born. Fodder Stack Fox Den, her roof gap beneath the shock, nature finding shelter in the harvest block. Early run, syrup golden like the morning sun, best light is great when the season's just begun. But the first sap makes the fancy delicate, pale and clear and subtle and magnificent, but the last run, dark and robust, takes the stage. So each run tells a story of the age. Maple syrup, coloring eyes and golden in the jar. Early run, the finest light by far. Maple syrup, coloring eyes and dark at the end. Each boiling tells a different story around the bend. Brad would hold the jar up to the window bright, said look at the color in the morning light. Said amber is the middle and the most, golden is the first and dark in the toast of the season, giving everything it can. Said the color is the color of man. Maple syrup, coloring eyes and golden in the jar. Early run, the finest light by far. Maple syrup, coloring eyes and dark at the end. Each boiling tells a different story around the bend. Said the syrup is a record of the days, the temperature and the freeze and the fall's ways, written in the color of the jar. Said you can taste the season where you are. Maple syrup, coloring eyes and golden in the jar. Early run, the finest light by far. Maple syrup, coloring eyes and dark at the end. Each boiling tells a different story around the bend. Morning dew, walk relustum, barefoot through the dew in the early July morn. Best way to start the day since the world was born. Said the dew on the grass is the night's last gift, best natural foot soak before the heat's moved. Letting grandma walk the garden every morning so. Said the dew tells you everything you need to know. Morning dew, walk relustum, barefoot in the grass, best way to greet the day before it passes. Morning dew, walk relustum, cold upon the foot every morning's promising the root. She checked the tomato leaves for the blight sign clear. Said wet leaves in the morning is the thing to fear. Walk the rows and feel the moisture in the air. Said the dew-walk is the garden's morning prayer. By the time she finished, the sun had burned it dry. Said the dew-walk, a window closes by and by. Morning dew-walk relustum, barefoot in the grass, best way to greet the day before it passes. Morning dew-walk relustum, cold upon the foot every morning's promising the root. Said the world is most honest in the early dew, before the heat of the day makes everything new. Said walk it barefoot and you'll know the score, what the garden and the field have in store. Morning dew, walk relustum, barefoot in the grass, best way to greet the day before it passes. Morning dew, walk relustum, cold upon the foot every morning's promising the root. stuck above a spring branch hollow wide. Wild honeybees going in from every side. And Grandpa found it on the deer path in the wood. Said we'll let them be just like a neighbor should. Take the honey once in 7 years of front. Said the bee tree gives its surplus when it's done. Old bee tree hollow rider, I was wild bees in the oak. Best honey since the counties ever spoke. Old bee tree hollow, all 3 hours buzzing in the grain. A wild sweetness in the hollow once again. The opening was high enough, you had to climb. Grandpa went up every 7th year's time. Smoked them gentle with the rotten wood below. Said the wild bee is respectful if you're slow. Took a portion, left more than half behind. Best partnership of the sweetest kind. Oh, bee tree hollow rider, I was wild bees in the oak. Best honey sauce the counties ever spoke. Old bee tree hollow, all 3 hours buzzing in the grain. Wild sweetness in the hollow once again. A bee tree is a gift that keeps on giving long. If the one who finds it treats the gift as song, takes no more than what the surplus gives, and leaves enough for what the wild bee lives. Old bee tree hollow rider, I was wild bees in the oak. Best honey source the counties ever spoke. Old bee tree hollow, on 3 hours buzzing in the grain. Wild sweetness in the hollow once again. Rainbow honey. A whole drip hay with her own rail came and then. Best old north wheel haymaking under the summer flame. Grandpa driving the team around the stack below, building up the mound as the layers go. Said the stack has to shed the rain and hold its shade. Best stacking method, there's no escape. Haystack Mountain, rebroths rising in the field. Best old loose hay storage for the yield. Haystack Mountain, rebroths topped, and that's just right. Rain runs off the outside in the night. Peons to cleft it with the forkful tamped and smooth. Said the peak sheds water in its groove like a thatch roof. Sipping a cottage in the rain. Said a well-8-opt haystack is a gain. Come January when the snow was 4 feet deep, he digged the cattle to the hay they'd keep. Haystack Mountain, rebroths rising in the field. Best old loose hay storage for the yield. Haystack Mountain, rebroths topped, and that's just right. Rain runs off the outside in the night. Like before, the baler and the round bale came along. The haystack was the county's summer song. Rising from the meadow, 1 fork at a time. Said the haystack is the farmer's highest climb. Haystack Mountain, rebroths rising in the field. Best old loose hay storage for the yield. Haystack Mountain, rebroths topped, and that's just right. Rain runs off the outside in the night. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fodder barn in January with the cattle fed and right. Best warm place on any cold farm winter night. The animal heat rising from the stalls below. Said a barn full of cattle generates a glow. You can feel it from the door before you step inside. Best warmth this county's January provides. Fodder Barn Winter in, plus animal heat below. Best January warming in the county show. Fodder Barn Winter in, rest cattle's end. Best place to do the feed in the winter spin. Let the 40 cattle makes a fog inside. Said you could see it by the lantern's pride rising from the backs in the cold below. Said the barn has its own climate and its show. 30 degrees outside and 50 in the stall. Said the cattle are the furnace of it all. Fodder Barn Winter in, breast animal heat below. Best January warming in the county show. Fodder Barn Winter in, breast cattle settled in. Best place to do the feed in the winter spin. Before the insulation and the heating came along, the barn was where you went to keep along. The animals and their warmth was always there. Said the barn in January has its own prayer. Fodder Barn Winter in, breast animal heat below. Best January warming in the county show. Fodder Barn Winter in, rest cattle settled in. Best place to do the feeding in the winter spin. Long-fanneled gourd dipper hanging by the well. Best water drinking vessel there to tell. Said grandma grew her dippers on the garden fence. Said the gourd is better than the store expense. Dried them in the fall and cleaned them up alone. Said the Gourd Dipper is the way to go. Gourd Dipper Deem hanging on the hook. Best drinking vessel in the farming book. Gourd Dipper Deem, natural and light. Best water taste on any summer night. 2 punts to play in Quaplin, said great moist Spartan. She grew the bottled gourd in the dipper too. Said every shape the gourd grows has its use. Long neck for the handle and the round bowl clear. Said the gourd is the farmer's souvenir of summer grow what the winter needs. Best cold shoggen vessel from the garden seeds. Gourd Dipper Deem hanging on the hook. Best drinking vessel in the farming book. Gourd Dipper Deem, natural and light. Best water taste on any summer night. Said you can taste the difference from the gourd against the tin and the aluminum scored. Said the gourd imparts a cleanness to the pull of cold water that nothing else can fool. Gourd Dipper Deem hanging on the hook. Best drinking vessel in the farming book. Gourd Dipper Deem, natural and light. Best water taste on any summer night. Up, 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 Helmy lambing season at the sheep pen in the March cold. Best spring happening this county's ever told. Who's in the straw with their new lambs at the side? Said there's nothing more hopeful than the new inside. But daddy checking every ewe at midnight cleared. Said the lambing is the most important of the year. Sheep pen springeries lambs on the morning brown. Best new life this county farm has found. Sheep pen springery march and strong birth. Best hopeful moment anywhere on earth. Twin lambs from the old gray ewe by far was said she always twins and never drops a fall. The lambs were up and nursing the morning hour. Said that's the kind of thing that feeds your power to keep on farming through the hard times long. Said the sheep pen spring is the farming song. Sheep pen springery lambs on the morning ground. Best new life this county farm has found. Sheep pen springery march and strong birth. Best hopeful moment anywhere on earth. Said you can't farm forever without the young. The lamb beside the ewe is where it's sung. always on its way. Said the sheep and spring is the farmer's holiday. Sheep and spring reap lambs on the morning ground. Best new life this county farm has found. Sheep and spring reap march and straw and birth. Best hopeful moment anywhere on earth. Well, August green beans snapped and packed and salted right. Pressure canner hissing through the afternoon light. Best kitchen project of the whole long year. 40 quarts of summer standing up in clear. Glass jars lined on the counter cooling down. Best pop with the vacuum seal in any town. Green bean canning, dairy dops and 40 quarts in line. Best August kitchen work beneath the summer vine. Green bean canning, dairy dops and salt and the seal. Everything the garden grew for real. She'd start at 7 and work to the dark. Said the green bean has to meet its mark before the August rain and the humidity get the better of the bean quality. Said snap them fresh and get them in the jar. Best preserved green beans near and far. Green bean canning, dairy dops and 40 quarts in line. Best August kitchen work beneath the summer vine. Green bean canning, dairy dops and salt and the seal. Everything the garden grew for real. Come February when the snow is hard outside, pull a quart of August off and open wide. The smell of summer in the winter kitchen there. Said the canning day was worth the August wear. Green bean canning, dairy dops and 40 quarts in line. Best August kitchen work beneath the summer vine. Green bean canning, dairy dops and salt and the seal. Everything the garden grew for real. Big sycamore at the bend of the lower field. Best new and shade that any summer day could yield. Daddy stopped the team beneath that mottled crown. Said you worked the horse too hard when the heat's knocked down. 20 minutes in the dappled white and gray. Best part of the hardest working July day. Sycamore Shade Noon, Agrify, stop and rest a while. Best midday break along the county mile. Sycamore Shade Noon, Agrify, love everything the summer needs is what we love. Wait, hey. Wait, hey. He'd water the horses from the jug below. Said a rested team works better in the show. Of the afternoon when the heat backs off to the sycamore shade, is nothing to scoff. Laid back in the roots and close his eyes 10 minutes clear. Said that's the best sleep of the entire year. Sycamore Shade Noon, Agrify, stop and rest a while. Best midday break along the county mile. Sycamore Shade Noon, Agrify, love everything the summer needs is what we love. The hardest workers know when to stop and be under the sycamore beside the field and free, for just enough time to let the body mend before the afternoon begins again. Sycamore Shade Noon, Agrify, stop and rest a while. Best midday break along the county mile. Sycamore Shade Noon, Agrify, my model bark above. Everything the summer needs is what we love. Wait, hey. Wait, hey. Wait, hey. Old man Harris at the corner post each morning sat wearing something in his old brown hat. Said he'd seen more pass along this fence line here than any courthouse judge in 40 years. Neighbor dispute settle of the year. Before the lawyers learn, said the fence post or a clue is what I've earned. Whoa! Fence post or a clue, corner of the land, best county wisdom from a working hand. Whoa! Fence post or a clue, morning and the night, settling every question of the farming life. Came to him about the creek boundary run spring. Said two neighbors and the water arguing. He walked the fence with both of them below. Said the creek moves every year and that's the show. Said split the difference and set the line right here. Best property dispute, settle of the year. Whoa! Fence post or a clue, corner of the land, best county wisdom from the working hand. Whoa! Fence post or a clue, morning and the night, settling every question of the farming life. Said a neighbor you can trust is what it's for. Said settle it between yourselves out here before the courthouse gets its lawyer's ear. Whoa! Fence post or a clue, corner of the land, best county wisdom from the working hand. Whoa! Fence post or a clue, morning and the night, settling every question of the farming life. Sassafras covering the origin fall. Reload the mitten leaves and the baseball call. Red and orange before the other trees begin. Said the sassafras is the ridge's autumn skin. Grandpa called it the best fall walk around. Said the sassafras is where the color's found. Sassafras walkeries meet it and leaves are red. Best fall color on the ridge ahead. And the sassafras walkery be three shapes on the tree. Best Appalachian autumn walking free. Break a twig and let me smell the root beer scent. Said the sassafras gives everything it meant. In that single smell of spice and bark below. Said no other ridge walk give what this will show. The color and the smell and the fall air. Said the sassafras is beyond compare. Sassafras walkeries me mid to leaves of red. Best fall color on the ridge ahead. And sassafras walkery just three shapes on the tree. Best Appalachian autumn walking free. Shapes upon a single tree. Mints and apples, free cubilees. Bring Queen Bill's spirits and the sassafras can make up its mind. Said it's the most interesting tree you'll find. Sassafras walkeries me mint to leaves of red. Best fall color on the ridge ahead. And sassafras walkery just three shapes on the tree. Best Appalachian autumn walking free. In the last wagon rolling to the barn at evening dusk. Fields gone quiet and the air full of the musk of cut cornbread and the turned earth black. Daddy'd start a hymn and we'd sing it back. Said the harvest needs its closing prayer and song. Said the land deserves to hear it all along. Harvest hymn at dusky voices in the field, thanking what the summer and the soil yield. Harvest hymn at dusk by everybody sing between the loaded barn and the harvesting. Oh, tune Grandpa learned before the First World War. Said his father sang it coming in from the floor of a harvest at the evening end. Said the hymn is how the harvest work will tend to stay inside you long after the body's done. Said the singing keeps a harvest in the run. Harvest hymn at dusky voices in the field, thank you what the summer and the soil yield. Harvest hymn at dusky by everybody sing between the loaded barn and the harvesting. The fields don't care about your theology, but the people singing in them do and see the connection between the work and something higher. Said the harvest hymn is the county's ancient choir.